He helped me with some of the sheets back home in Romania. Thanks, man. And the other one is for George BTI, well-known Romanian player for.
LGD to see if we can push a third game, but hey, you know what? China can win through Anna, but so can Australia as well. Also in the mix. Hi, Sid.
Hi.
Let's get to
You're
the
so
game.
happy with that, aren't you?
Yeah. Australia reached the finals last time around. Maybe this time we can actually have a victor.
Oh, that's true. That is true.
Yep, but OG, they're already moving forward. On his Magnus, you've got Thompson, who's been playing brilliantly on his Invoker. You wouldn't think this is the first time for him being on a TI stage.
Oh, you really will? Oh,
They found a target. Arme, you can taunt all you want when you get back to safety around your tier 1 tower.
So I think you have a really good point. Like when you just look at OG's heroes, it's just comfort heroes all across the board. They're playing some of their best heroes. Obviously with the global balance, if they land a good RP, they can protect it very easily. So
Anna, enchanted up, trying to get in line for a fissure. The block is there, and no path out. Anna's in real trouble. Lunges on a tree and stands his ground to die. The honorable death.
yeah.
Oh, it's actually a real great fissure block. Notel's in a little bit of trouble. FY, they're forcing him into the tree line. They've already used their enchant, but Notel so low on life. He moves up through the trees again. FY, still no fissure available, but that damage, they just get through the old-fashioned way. Beat him to death with your fists.
Really big kill, just because he TP'd down there. So Notel has to walk all the way from base to bottom without boots. And this is just more time to do exactly this again.
Another fissure block him up. If a first succeeds, try again. Anna will be able to wrap around the tree line and get back out to safety. This top lane is also just a never-ending lane of harassment. You've got the long-range nukes. There's also this Crystal Maiden. I was kind of interested to see when the Crystal Maiden got picked up. It feels like a really bad game to be a CM. There's too many people that can kill you.
It's bad for freezing field. I think this hero is difficult to use the ulti on when you're playing against Silencer, but their lanes benefit so much from the aura. It's exceptionally good for the Shaker, it's great for the Storm, and it's also nice for Enchantress because actually Chalice can now keep sustaining those heals, pretty much casting them off cooldown. And that means they can play that extra bit aggressive on bottom.
Well, FY is looking for it. He's got his fissure back off cooldown again. Here's your fissure stun onto Notel with a negative armor. They can get through the silencer, finding the kill. Anna does do a decent amount of damage back with the blood right, but doesn't really have much more to give. He just stands here. Anna's still licking his wounds. He needs some CS under Blood Rage to get that life back again.
Speaking of CS, all three top CS are currently on OG side. Oh, they got the stun on Ame.
That's a huge hit.
Who needs setup for Lina?
Who needs even RP? If they don't need drag back, don't need push up.
Jarek has the move speed advantage when he has the fiery soul stacks running, and that's exactly what he did. So he just ran up, caught Ame off guard. Hadn't skilled the skeleton walk still.
Really good regeneration, 19.2. They need to get the fissure block off. That's what FY is going to be there for. Thompson will have to run up the river, but is he really that intimidated? Somnus does not bring enough damage, and the TP support that was coming in from OG, yeah, it was... Notel thought he needed to be there, but he really didn't.
Thompson is now zoning off Somnus. Loves this matchup. Storm cannot really play aggressive in the beginning, and Quaswex Invoker can play super aggressive with that regen advantage.
Chalice is looking for a fight. Anna, man, they got so much damage into Chalice already. Anna needs to back off, however, with FY being in the neighborhood and the Stolen Centaur. Stun the control and the meat shields too much.
Stupendous.
And Somnus, well, this is one way to get back up again. Double bounty runes for him on the
advantage mid though. Thompson is a level and a half ahead, and at 5. It's just those 14 denies.
Chalice does it solo. Slows him up with the enchant, stuns up, and Notel will fall. Mid lane, you're going to go for the EMP Tornado. The fissure from FY will create the space. It's a good thing for Somnus. He was able to get those bolt charges up. And X-Nervous feeling the pressure as well from Jirax. The Observer and Central Wood at least lets them know what's coming. We can turn our attention down to the bottom lane where Anna running inside the tree lines. He's got nothing more to really give. Stunned up, hit hard. Stick charge will give him a little bit more life and no support TPing over. But Charles and FY, they're working hard for this. They actually still finally get the kill up on top lane, but Anna will die on bottom. LGD 2 kills in the space of 10 seconds.
And I do think Ana tried to TP out earlier in that skirmish bottom, so won't have once get back to lane. So.
TP's top, FY is coming in, they're looking over towards G-Rex, but X-Nova cursed up for the moment. Arme's just battling up with Notel, trying to do it solo. X-Nova has to make a break for the tree line. That curse hurts so hard, but not as bad as Arme's searing arrows. X-Nova cannot get enough for control onto Ana, so G-Rex in the trees. Arme can get a double. It's both the supports of OG, but Somnus in middle lane. Thompson, one more attack will do it, combining with the cold snap. Fight me indeed. Finds the kill. Ana's the one who's really trying to fight. The blood rights out. Arme silenced up for the moment. No searing arrows. He doesn't have that bonus damage, but he does not require it. A triple kill for Arme in this safe lane.
And he's going to be able to walk over and Death Pact a Wild Wing here, or might be going deeper into the jungle to play safe. No, he's still going to
if he does, Notel might be able to get him.
He's fine.
You got Curse as well as... Okay, yeah, he's... Welcome to extra life to survive everything.
I got 400 health out of it.
Yep. Still wants to try and find up against Notel for the creeps. Arcane Rune, long jump, EMP Tornado. It's on the money. Arcane Rune was bottled up from Storm Spirit, but he won't be able to survive. Not when the extra support is there from Jirax to land the stun.
Heads up play from Thompson this game. He is doing an awesome job at destroying this lane.
Ana's going to kill Arme. Cursed up on the run. It doesn't take much when he's that low. FY looking for the stun, needs the control, misses it, doesn't have vision. That's why he needed to connect. It was 2 seconds still on cooldown, while mid lane is a bad day to be a Crystal Maiden. Thompson was right on top of him. Tornado out, she'll die from the fall. She can only hover, not fly.
Thompson is 3 levels ahead of Somnus. I know this is an Invoker favorite matchup when you play like Quas Wax like this, but this is able to connect together with a Fissure. There could be a big kill for them. Global Silence is still a decent ways away for Notel. He doesn't have the gold for the Tome of Knowledge.
Great scan from LGD before. They already saw this coming. Denied the bounding rune. Somnus, he wanted those charges. He's got the 1 charges available, at least Chalice. Okay, he'll connect. Killing off Jirax. With that long range. Impetus damage out. They also managed to de-ward the Observer Room mid lane because of that scan connecting onto Jirax on his rotation. Somnus comes for the Illusion Rune top river. Needs to be able to fight, needs to be able to combo with Charles and get back into this game. But while this is happening, Arme is getting more space on the top lane too. Thompson can still pressure this mid-tier 1 tower. Getting space in the bottom lane to farm up too. Seb's already got the Blink Dagger available, so Blink RP is not available yet because Seb never even leveled it. But Chalice, dusted,
Meteor Hammer.
He'll come down, Meteor Hammer, it's real early and real good.
This is one of Thompson's secondary builds on the Crosswax Invoker. Sometimes you will see him go for this Meteor Hammer. Obviously, great synergy with Tornado. The lift time sets up for that follow-up.
Not in time, at least. But the networks are still okay for LGD. Number 1 definitely belongs to Thompson, who now they try and kill off. Good Fissure, Chalice, EMP's finally coming in, and they actually have enough control when Seb arrives. The damage output, he can't finish the job. The Global Silence is stopping it now. Somnus jumps in, the Echo Slam from FY. The control is there, the kill is there. Thompson will fall, a huge one to claim, and letting it go. X-Nova right in the face of Notel. FY survives on 22 HP.
Ah, the classic let's just kill Enchantress. They have to commit so much for it. Seb does get the kill. He had to skewer RP. Just the solo Ench in the end to get the kill. Oh, perfect timing on the Fissure.
As Seb, he wants to finish this. The Shockwave FY. He got enough regeneration from the Shrine. Now Seb will TP out. Is there a disable? There is not. X-Nova. It was 1 second for the Frostbite to be back off cooldown.
Downtime while enabling his carry, so a little bit of extra farm for both of them.
This will be a great time for LGD to fight. There's a smoke on the Crystal Maiden, but it's FY having the Blink Dagger that's fresh up. 15 minutes in. They need a good fight, and Thompson, well, the pullback is there, and look at him, focus down. Turn on the strafe. Blink and you'll miss it.
Little bit too cute on that
now
one.
mid lane, Rupture, they skewer, trying to drag Chalice back in again. The sprites can't heal through this, but the Blink, Echo Slam, it only hits 1 target. The Fissure will connect over on 2, and Thompson, he's tipping him. Yeah, thanks for the stun, man. I'll take your life in return if you can go up the hill. FY was waiting for it. Name's arrived. The searing arrow damage. At least there's a controlling factor. It's Seb with his RP in the trees, but do that for a kill on X-Nova and FY. He'll get something better. Jirax The rock wall comes out of the tree line to take the Lena's life.
I think OG felt confident trying to fight there with Storm having low mana, but they just don't connect a meaningful RP. They get the Crystal Maiden only in that one, and it's a kill, but it's not the cores that you generally want to catch, so Klinks has more or less of a free fight here. And this will be a Desolator completed and 1 CS down here in the bottom lane. Ame should be flying that out now. We're starting to...
Thompson.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, so it'll be a free kill. He's been stalking FY. Like, I think he's got a full dossier on FY and how he moves in a jungle. But with Ame in the neighborhood, he may be a little bit more cautious about this. The cold feed's on FY, so here we go with the Meteor Hammer. It'll connect on the target. Now Ame turns around, beating it to Thompson with the EMP burn. FY still, no, doesn't have enough life to survive.
Nice kill from Thompson.
Oh, they get another one. Chalice. How many times can be ruptured up with Aegis Attendants? It's got 11-1 charges. Give him the life. Not to mention the Hood of Defiance, a little bit of extra save. And Ame has to wait off this Blade Mail of Mana. He cannot attack into it. But now he goes off. The Global Silence. No more searing arrows for you with the hold. They're going to get the kill. All in a day's work indeed for OG. And what a day's work.
LGD were not in position with heroes to help there. Only the Klinks backing up the Enchantress. There was no Maiden, there was no Storm. Speaking of Storm, he will grab a solo kill here. Somnus finds No-Tail in the river.
No-Tail's worth 312 gold. That's just the position LGD are in.
Solo kills still give a decent amount of gold.
Yep. He's 0 for 7 on that silencer. Bottom lane, send him up and towards the air, and then Cold Snap, combining with the Spirit Vessel. It hurts FY pretty bad, as he got it, no, doesn't have a fissure. So TP away to safety will happen, and Thompson's not done. He's just hunting. Quas, Wex Invoker. He's the real bounty hunter.
And he obviously has the Spirit Vessel, which is an amazing item against the Enchantress, so I don't think he can solo kill the Ench, but it's pretty close. He needs just a little bit of help, like 1 or 2 spells from Lina, or maybe the help of a Shockwave.
They're headed top lane. Ana and Seb are pushing in the top lane. Thompson's just waiting for things. Good Observe Award from OG. X-Nova's on the edge of it with Somnus. Just watching that smoke of deceit that's on X-Nova. They need to check. They're already...
Thompson's going to try.
They're already flagging it.
He is trying. Let's see if he has enough.
Bottom lane. Oh, Spirit Vessel, EMP burn. Chalice to get the ulti off because the heal off. That's
not even close.
Yeah. And FY and X-Nova, they smoked on top of the Observe Award. OG instantly moved back into relative safety. It's not what Ame wanted. He's got the Desolator. He wants to find a kill and then just slip into Roshan. But OG are not going to give him the opportunity. Perfect Observe Ward down from Durax. Sees Ame taking the stack.
Well, they might try to jump him now that Strafe is on cooldown. Jared's looking for it.
It's on the target. Laguna Blade will connect. Ame will go Invis. Detection. The Yule Scepter. They throw down the Sentry Ward. X-Nova wants to help. He gets caught inside the Tornado. Chalice throwing out the impediment, but it won't matter when Thompson brings down the Meteorite. It's Armageddon. And next Earthshaker. Seb hits the RP, skewering back the Enchantress. Comes close towards the Earthshaker. They get another Light Strike Array. They just combo one after the other. OG. LGD with the 1-1. The fight to take Roshan, but the shoe is on the other foot, and OG are shoving it firmly up Roshan.
Finding that initial opening on the Klinks is what decided that entire fight. LGD, they are getting jumped so often by this. Just a really amazing ward from Jarex in that situation, but Thompson seems to always be in the right place at the right time for the follow-up. Really nice Tornado, Meteor Hammer combination. Don't try this at home, but it's really good if you know what you're doing.
Got to come with a warning. You can't play like OG. Let's see it again, just for the joys. This is where it all started, the initiation onto the Klinks. Sentry down, and then Thompson. X-Nova just walks straight into it.
Yeah, he wanted to try and help against the Lina, but ends up just getting caught together with him. Very nicely positioned by Thompson. And the patience, too. He's really just waiting. Again, RP, this time it gets a core. RP Skewer on the Rupture. Excellent synergy between those two heroes, and OG claim 4 in the Aegis.
You know, an Invoker's having fun. Like, I'm microing orbs, and I can also micro my voice lines at the same time.
Yep. Thompson's good.
Oh. Well, they haven't been tested totally yet, but a 17-17. OG have the advantage. 3K is the gold, and it's actually approaching 4K pretty soon. There's PSG, LGD. They need a fight. They need something to go their way. RP is down for another 20 seconds.
So
That's a small window.
Yep.
And that's why they're forcing the tier 2 tower on bottom lane.
Ana is really strong, however. He has the Blade Mail and Radiance and Empower. This Bloodseeker is really in a carry position right now.
The scan is going to ping. LGD know they're coming. Trigger off the dust. It's all too far away. They thought OG were just running at it, so Chalice ruptured up again inside the Blood Rite. FY is waiting for the perfect Echo Slam, but he doesn't see the rest of OG. Thompson, perfect fissure, and the Echo Slam. That's what LGD needed. Pull him back in, break the Aegis Immortal. X-Nova letting it go, but Seb, he goes one step better. RPing them in. Crystal Maiden. Positive is negative. She wasn't ready for the reverse polarity. Charles is on the run back out. Same with Arme. This is not the fight they want anymore. But it's the two supports that go down for LGD. That could have been a lot worse, and they still got the kill on Thompson.
I think LGD actually pretty happy with this. They got rid of the Aegis, and the big cooldowns are now not available.
And now they find Jirax. Searing arrows come thick and fast. Defensive Yorceptor will actually dodge it. Charles in the middle of the fight, and now they have enough. But Somnus, Mana's not good, but Ana, he's having real issues getting in closer. Locked in with the pull. LGD put 4 of OG in the grave without their buybacks up.
It's tricky for OG to take these fights when Thompson is dead and they don't have their 2 big cooldowns. No RP, no global silence, and still Jerax stuck around. And they try to help him. They basically give another 2 extra kills over to LGD that they weren't even expecting, so they'll take that.
This is exactly what LGD needed.
Somnus is getting really big now too. He just got a Bloodstone with his Kaya. This is the true carry build on Storm if you're aiming to really snowball. It is a high-risk, high-reward build. Generally, we see players go for the Orchid.
Yeah.
But he can become a true position 1 on Storm this game.
Here we watch the fight again. Chalice initiated on, tanks through a large amount, but FY waiting. The 3-man fissure and the double Echo Slam. LGD know they need to just put that combination of Thompson away. He has to stand where he is with a Meteor Hammer.
It was actually integral to the outcome of that fight that the fissure clipped the Shaker, or the Magnus. Seb couldn't get the counter blink RP off that he was looking for, just got caught on the end of the fissure. FY, really big play from him. I don't even think he saw that he hit it. I believe OG were under the cover of smoke at the time on the Magnus, but...
They can watch the Twitch clip later on. Or Steam clip, or whatever clip you use.
You can watch the replay.
Yeah, replay's good. At LGD. So now, with a little bit of momentum, they swing the grants back their way. It was about a 4,000 net worth swing, and about 5,000 on the experience. They get ahead. But now OG also have the combination up. The RP is ready to roll. LGD are grouping up on the top, but they're not ready to fight just yet. Arme is still inside the trees. He's trying to finish up his BKB before the fight begins. And it almost feels like OG are dangling Seb on the front line saying, hey, would you like to go for our initiator?
Just say dangle.
I did say dangle. Is this a bad word for you?
I think it's a BSJ term.
That's fine.
It's not going to be a thing.
BSJ is infectious.
It is not going to be a thing. BSJ, if you're listening, it's not a thing.
It's a thing. We'll make it a thing. Crimson Guard is done over on Seb, so protection is starting to arrive for OG. They've got the team fight, now they need the sustain inside the team fight. Same with the Radiance and the Blade Mail of Bloodseeker. It does cause problems for LGD in the engagement.
Yep.
And this is something Somnus needs to overcome. How many times have we seen a Bloodstone picked up during TI8, and then we check back 10 minutes later and there's 2 charges? I'm not against LGD not taking a fight and finishing up this BKB on the Storm Spirit, so it can be involved.
I think Bloodstone has been the least successful item of the whole tournament, actually.
Yeah, there's a stat for Nahas to look up.
The majority of the times it's been picked up, they end up with less than 10 charges when the game's over. Sometimes less than 5, but this time around though, LGD, they're itemizing correctly in my opinion afterwards. He's going for the BKB, not the Orchid, just needs to have that safety. So the only thing that truly counters him is either getting global during BKB or getting RP'd, which is relatively easy to play around as Storm Spirit.
Yep.
Plinks has the same idea, just completed his.
5-man smoke up. This time it won't be underneath an observer ward. In fact, OG's vision is very defensive. They have nothing over the river apart from the creep wave. They just have the observer and sentry, but it's a little bit too far away from the mid. Global silence comes out, but it will not matter. Seb is removed, Magnus is down, and that's that big team fight that OG require to hold back LGD, and they didn't have to break all the smokes. FY, as well as X-Nova, is still looking for more.
Cooldown on global is so important. Storm feels like a god right now. The coming fight even has a haste rune. So,
slowing down the push.
Give them the fight, they'll just try to defend.
Yeah.
Look at that damage though.
Oh, good Laguna. FY is in trouble. Spirit Vessel's on him. He's taking damage from the creeps as well. No denial available, but Chalice, the damage with the Impetus is all flying into top. They'll go Impus, but that's why they forced up more. They really want this kill, and Chalice has got it. Then turns attention towards Nortel. Almost killing him. 7 HP on the silencer. He can't do anything because Arme is a beast. So is Chalice. LGD. Back to back to back to back fights going their way, and OG, they are in trouble. They must steady this ship or LGD will level this series.
Well, Toby, Bloodstone's down to 10, so we must stay true to
Take
tradition.
the negative way, don't you?
Stay true to tradition. Well, if you want a positive for OG, No Tail survived with, I think, 10 HP there against the last Impetus. So.
He was at 7 HP he was living with. But Seb, he may not have the same kind of luck. Skewers away.
It's okay.
He will be fine.
Very tanky with that Crimson Guard build that he has chosen to go for in this game.
That's the one ability that wasn't used. FY is holding this level 2 Echo Slam.
Fortunately for OG, their chat wheels are generally not on cooldown. You can always use those.
Anna.
Global's down.
May will see him, but Anna will see him back as well. Sentry ward place. Fissure is good. Anna, Arme. Well, he's going to be careful, but no. RP will catch on 3, but where's your follow-up? It's an Enigma Black Hole with nothing else left. EMP Tornado. Thompson's your follow-up. Trying to combine. They hit the combination right. CM will die. Earthshaker will burn, but not all the way down. FY. Oh, maybe. Take it back. He actually goes down, but deep, deep, deep inside the base. Saunders is looking to end this. 4 heroes gone. Thompson the last one to fall. He doesn't have buyback.
That was
OG want to defend this. This will be so huge. Economic disadvantage.
such a long jump. That ball lightning, massive damage from LGD. They're definitely going to force buybacks here. The question is, OG, who do you want to expend it on?
Or do they just let it go?
They might.
Like right now, you don't have RP. You may not have the ability to fight. The tier 2 towers are up. So LGD, they can't go for much more apart from tier 4 towers. Yeah, they'll just let it go.
Huge, huge win for LGD here. And again, the most important thing is getting the jump and playing around the cooldowns of OG. They found the Bloodseeker, they killed him off. Ana, he was looking so great 6 minutes ago, but 0 itemization progress except just this one Ogre Axe. You're gonna see it here, the Fissure. Didn't even get particularly lucky there with the Clinks, missed multiple attacks in a row. RP is good, but
They couldn't even get the tree line.
Lena's not in position, Invoker, yep, you get the combo out on the Maiden, that's great, but actually Shaker, did he just barely lived. That was very close to him as well.
He
did die?
Yeah, he died to silencer. But Somnus just goes in ham, and Thompson, you just realize that last one wasn't even with mana. It was just a base attack that flew out.
Somnus can go so crazy when spells have been used. It's almost impossible for the Radiant lineup to deal with the Storm Spirit now that the BKB is ready as well. He is actually just 100% safe when Global and RP are down. There is nothing stopping him from doing whatever he wants.
Kill everyone. That's the plan.
This play has to work for OG.
They're looking to fight. OG want to take this, even if it's just to get the bounty runes at the 30-minute mark. They would love that, but Roshan may be the bigger target. Somnus, yeah, use 3 remnants to take it. Arme's got the damage, but RP is up. OG isn't finding the target. They have taken the scenic route, and they will not reach their destination in time.
They're just preparing for the bounty rune still. They're going to use their Crimson Guard, anticipating a fight.
1100, 600, Roshan will die, and now OG realize the horrible, horrible truth. LGD, they jump in deep, grabbing Seb! He actually hit the combination with the EMP Tornado and the Meteor dropping. LGD are in trouble, but now they're not. They got BKBs traveling after Seb, all dust up, nowhere to hide, just to place the TP out, but the stun's available. A double kill for Arme, and they will push.
This is that classic anti-synergy moment that everybody has had in their pub game. You land this 3-man RP and Invoker just tornadoes everyone. You're like, why? Why would you do that? But, you know, in the heat of the moment, you got to make a decision. I think Thompson made the wrong one.
Got him!
That's a good snipe. Should have probably just dropped down the EMP, held his tornado, and gone for other spell combinations, because what ends up happening is that the entire RP duration is used, and when they fall out...
FY! Looking to go solo. Lena had the Yule Scepter available, but Fissure, FY will hold back.
this is why the BKBs are so important, because when they come out of Tornado in this fight, LGD, they pop their BKBs, Global was used, RP was used, there's nothing left. So this fight is super easy for them. Once the Tornado comes out, OG actually just lost it. They gotta be so careful with using this Tornado correctly from Thompson. One more time with a mistake like this, the game's over.
Yep. It's gonna get worse. Somnus actually has Bloodstone charges. But the tier 2 tower is what's under threat. Ball lightning, jump once again right under that tier 2 tower. Anna just gets deleted. He was a little bit too far out. Now Armin can run over underneath the Observer and Sentry, but I don't think he cares. They see him. A cheese in his backpack, that's in his inventory. That's why he doesn't care about the low mana.
I wonder how you would draw a graph of Anna's impact in this game. Like, it feels like he was looking so hot, and everything has just been like a just full-on steep hill drop-off.
It's a side view of the Grand Canyon, is what it is.
Pretty
it looks
much what it
pretty
feels like.
close to actually what's happening with the graphs with both gold and experience. Everything just goes downwards. Almost 18,000 advantage for LGD and experience. They have a chokehold on this game, and they need to hold it. No mistakes. That is the possibility of OG. The fight from inside their base, the RP, the combo hitting right this time, and we'll watch it hitting wrong.
Yeah, so
just as a way
great
of
RP
knowing
and the Tornado on top of it. It actually looked like miscommunication because the Tornado was already flying out and Seb just saw this amazing opportunity. It's one of those moments both of the players see this great play at the same time, but the spells don't synergize very well.
Yeah.
And so I thought Thompson threw out the Tornado too late, but as a matter of fact, they kind of just used them at the same time. That's just, it's unfortunate. It's one of those things that can happen, and once that does, that fight was just a clean sweep for LGD.
Yep. No, FY.
Oh, not again. Not again.
And the long ball lightning. Somnus jumps in, the BKB to protect him. Anna once again being picked off outside the base.
They're picking on the young guy.
It's the inexperience, right?
Oh,
Nope.
You wouldn't call on inexperienced.
Yeah, he has
played major events. He's in the top 3 here, I think.
It's true. Actually, the only 2 players who are on this field right now is Thompson and Chalice, who have not competed at a TA. But LGD, they're coming into the trees. They find Seb. No RP available. They just find it. A quick silence over on the Somnus, but don't worry about it when Charles has the damage. Global silence now being committed. Magnus, he wants the RP. He needs the targets, but Seb, he just looks around. He doesn't know what to hit. There's nothing to hit. He's dead for 50 seconds. And this should be a second lane of rack for LGD. Nothing can stop this. Now they jump. Fissure looking for the target. Thompson sends him up and towards the air pretty quickly. The Fissure, I think it was a little short.
Very mistimed stun there from Jerax off the Yules, but
Rupture.
an Aegis buffer anyway for Somnus.
Looking for the target. Tornado flies through. Arme's already taken the lane of Rax. OG, they need something here. The EMP burned us into anything. In fact, now they go back in. LGD, Somnus on a quick jump. He's already just going to control up Thompson and let the rest of the team do the work. This could be the game. The control is everywhere. Buy back up from Thompson. He's looking at Somnus, but then your anchor slam from FY. Hold, and kill Thompson. He's up the racks. He's up the red.
Oh, that timing!
Nice. Seb, RP, pull them back away from the Cataclysm, but into your home. Unwelcome visitors are repelled by OG, but they still lost their bottom lane of racks.
Well, at least they cleaned up a lot of kills, but it's still 18,000 gold lead and 2 lanes of racks. Buybacks expended. Jerax and Thompson. Oh, clinks. We found Thompson, no buyback. 100 seconds. LGD. They will have a 40-second window with all of their heroes alive, or they could choose to risk it by buying back Chalice right now and trying to end the game with a 5-on-4 play. Knowing that RP is on cooldown, I actually wouldn't blame them for going for that, but at the same time, could also just play it slow.
No tell. He just came for the bounties. All he wanted was the money. And he'll end up going down. No reason to tip. You give him the kill.
X-Nova wanted that kill for the Glimmer.
That's his first kill. It took 35 minutes and he got his first kill. And they're going to find another one into the mid lane. Jerax has the Yule Scepter, but create a little bit of space. But back off for Somnus. He is coming forward, looking for another target onto Lena. FY will give the extra stun. Anna thinks he can turn around for this fight. The global silence is out, but Jerax cannot sustain.
It's too late. Spells already went out here when No-Tail buys back for the global. So now global is down 2. And now this is even more of a power play for LGD because they have a 5-on-3 play with no global.
Yep, no RP.
For 30 seconds.
And they're coming in. And the top lane of Ranks is open.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, Somnus is the man holding on to that. Ball lightnings to the top. Push the wave in. They've got a huge wave going through mid. And without Thompson, there's not enough control. Without the RP, there's not enough control. They don't even really have the damage either. X-Nova's looking for the opening. That's one quick frostbite onto Notal would be nice, but it doesn't matter when Arme, he's attacking everything. The split shot attack from Arme. This Rax doesn't stand a chance, Seb. He has RP available. It's now or never. He needs a quick jump, but they orcan him. They silence him up when Anna is the man initiating. He chased after across the base, probably the only hero he thought he could kill. While the drop down, Thompson is still not enough. Someone just bounces away. The EMP burn is there, but really, this game should be over. There's too many heroes down. Thompson can't escape. Seb! Oh, if he can only skewer! Pull him in! Pull him in! It will not happen! A triple kill for Chalice sends LGD into a deciding game against OG! They tried OG, tried their hardest out, but LGD, time and time again, they got the combinations, they got the pick-off, and the damage on a level that OG could not match.